There is a spirit who visits me, mostly during the nighttime hours, but the presence is being felt during the daytime hours now as well. I was frightened by the visits at first, more so it was my own fear, that of the unknown on my part. When the spirit is near I can feel a tingling sensation. It starts at the toes and proceeds upward. It's the same feeling you get when you've slept on your limbs and they are slowly waking, only without the sharpness of pain that goes along with it. Fearing for my health, a trip to doctor ruled out any health fears I had of it being some underlying condition that I might have had. He probably thought I was nuts, however I didn't share my visitor with him, as a trip to psych ward wasn't on my to-do list. I remember when first moving in, last year, I was excited to show my parents around. Once we passed the threshold, there was the loudest bang. It rang through the emptiness of my newly gotten home. My father quickly went room to room expecting to find an intruder but found no one and nothing that could have made such a heavy sound. Once the light remodeling was finished, I was able to enjoy my first few nights in my new home. Excited is an understatement, but then, one night not long after my move-in, the visitor started with nightly visits. I remember one night laying down, still very much awake with my eyes closed. Covering me was a thin sheet. I felt a hand clench the top of my thigh. My eyes shot open, my heart raced as I lay there frozen. I never saw anyone. I'm not sure I could have been okay with seeing anything at the time, but it's been months since and I'm much more curious about my newfound visitor. I say visitor because I don't believe the spirit is here all the time, but I guess it's possible the spirit is, just not announcing its stay. And looking up the home's history, there has never been a death that has taken place here. There were, however, some dabblers I believe who lived here previously. We painted over a star drawn in red on one of the bedroom ceiling. I'm assuming something to do with some witchcraft dabblers. It was a star in the middle, encased in a circle. Just recently while in bed I felt someone sit down beside me, a little unnerving when you can't see the presence that is clearly sitting next to you, only an indentation on the bed. I'll be watching TV and feel my hair being touched. Last night my bathroom door slammed. I tried debunking, telling myself there was a draft although there clearly wasn't. I do not believe this spirit is evil, however I am not certain that the entity doesn't have ill intent. I just assume the entity is lonely, maybe a bit lost or completely bored. We all get a little lonely at times, right? Maybe a little of all of the above? I was recommended to try meditation as a means to communicate. I thought of meditation only as means to relax ignorance on my part, and only after sharing my experiences with a friend did he tell me about meditation as a means for communication with spirit. I'm not sure how to meditate, but there went nothing. I have more questions now than I ever wanted to know the answers to before. I also haven't physically spoke out to him, her. Should I? How would I even address him, her? How would they even reply? Should I even address the spirit? I know there is a lot to the spirit world left to be discovered. I'm not asking for the whole 9, just a few inches. Advice, opinions and/or personal experiences are all welcome. Just trying to gain knowledge before diving in, and yet I'm already swimming in the pool. Thank you kindly, Jen.